more of our favorite Long Island commentator going up against one of New York City's finest, Sonic Extraordinaire, Kamex, here in the good old matchup that everyone loves, Sonic Peach.
Yeah, this is going to be a, what we like to call a slow burn in the industry. No reason to overextend if you're either player here. Kamex has to be so careful. Obviously, has that potent neutral, but at the same time, if player 4 catches you out, you just kind of die.
I was going to say, you're saying this is going to be a slow burn. There is one defensive player on the screen, and they are not Kamex. As you have seen so far, right? Kamex playing pedal to the metal, even getting caught out by the parasol, just trying to get a little too aggressive. Not going to send Peach to Minecraft, though. That is the wrong uber successful video game franchise. Maybe gonna do so there, but not able to quite close it on out. Player 4 able to get back to safety, get those feet on the ground, but Peach wants to be floating, and so feet on the ground. The end lag is a death sentence. Beautiful catch from Kamex, and Kamex is trying to make sure we get a commentary swap in tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make it happen quick here. Kamex on a pretty aggressive start to the set. Whenever I see a Sonic on screen, I am not ready for the hold forward meta, but I always love to see it. However, great counter there, good retaliation from player 4.
But, I mean, in order to retaliate, though, he needs to find his way back down. Able to do so with the back air, looking to get a little bit of a sharp, not going, but isn't just able to pin down those spin dashes quite yet. Able to maybe find a snipe, but a beautiful recovery route from Kamex to find his way back to stage. However, those hips do not lie.
No, they don't. Shakira on screen right now, and they have got some work to do tonight. However, Kamex still has a fragile lead here. Let's see what they can do with it.
I feel like it's very possible for Kamex to kind of continue to build this lead, right? Even though the lead in theory is slight, and yes, we would consider it 80% slight because this is Peach we're talking about. Player 4 is not someone who's going to do those 100% Peach combos. Is someone who's going to kind of just out-neutral and out-fundies you the whole way through. A character like Sonic doesn't necessarily care about that as much, with just how fast you are. And so Kamex able to just, as long as you continue to play disciplined, play smart, to keep that aggression going and just overwhelm Reggie's defense with pure willpower.
At the same time, player 4 has shown how careful you have to be, but it doesn't matter with aggression like that.
Hey,
great job from Kamex finding that.
Nice stuff.
I am not prepared to go down that rabbit hole of memes tonight.
Okay, we're not going anywhere further down that rabbit hole. There was no invitation to go down a rabbit hole. This is a hedgehog, not a rabbit. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't see Nabbit on screen.
I'm more of an echidna enjoyer right now. Get my man Knuckles in this game. I'm sure that would go over great with
Okay. Moving on. Or
we're talking about some Smash Flash 2. Get some tails in here.
Okay, moving on, folks. We're gonna get a little bit of a nice advantage state from Kamex. Just a little neutral air after the spin dash. Keep the pressure going. And I like his mix-ups on when he's choosing to go for a partially charged, an uncharged, a fully charged spin dash. That's always starting, though, underneath those platforms because it prevents Reggie from floating in just because of the space it's occupying, right? Hey, when you spin dash charge underneath platform like Kamex was doing on a smaller stage like Small Battlefield, you can jump out of it onto platform, cover the aerial space, you can cancel it. You not only lock down the entire third of screen, but you're locking down so much vertical space as well. It forces Peach to stay grounded, and Reggie just didn't have an answer to that. We're gonna go right back to Small Battlefield in game number 2, and Reggie's psyching himself up right now. Honestly, the way that game 1 went,
Reggie.
Lentini, the way that game 1 went, I'll say it, he needs it.
Yeah, it's also hard against Sonic because you know the potential is there to have a long, grueling set. If you can't keep your mental in check, it's very easy to slip. But I feel like player 4's got the mental right now. Like, there was no hesitation after that first game. I don't know if you saw on the player cam, but the run it back was coming out with the hand signals before the windscreen was even up. Player 4 is ready to go.
Yeah, and he's betting heavily, right? That his patience as a player, his fundies are just going to be enough to outplay Kamex. We saw some habits, and while they worked out in game 1, things like predictable spin dash timing and predictable acing on his burst range you're going to approach from are things that Kamex fell into that are benefits that Sonic normally gets to avoid. And Reggie might be able to capitalize on them, trying to do so here and already getting more creative with these back airs to stuff out Kamex, and we're seeing him have much better success than he did early in game 1 off of those adjustments.
I'm glad you mentioned the spin dash timing, because the one time Kamex really mixed it up and used it to bait player 4, it worked. It's just that player 4 has been that one step ahead for most of the time here. Side B on shield, gonna be safe, and now Kamex setting up, but not ready for the counter. Great mix-up from player 4. We've only seen that a couple times, but it's so potent when it does connect.
Yeah, and set damage, but not set knockback. And you know what certainly doesn't have set knockback? That back air, man. That move makes you absolutely explode. And Kamex is going to be taking that explosiveness to the bank there with the stock. This game is dead even. Reggie looking to force a game 3, stay in bracket, and keep us here on the mic just a little bit longer.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta root for my man Kamex just so I have an excuse to talk a little bit more. And right now, Kamex is delivering. So let's go, Sonic. Let me say the words that no one has ever said. Let's go, Sonic.
Speak for yourself. Hold on. I think Sonic's cool. I'll say it on the mic.
Oh, we got hot takes out here.
I think every character's cool.
I will say, there are a lot of characters in this game that I feel like people dislike just because they're good. Like, I love Steve. The character's toxic, but I love
Wii Fit Trainer.
Wii Fit Trainer's funny to me.
Yeah, but you're from PNW. You guys have Varun.
Yeah, we also got Super Colonel, who's just good enough to make people extremely angry in bracket.
Good. That's how it should be. Anyways, back to the game. Reggie with a beautiful little trade. Gonna be the one to take stage control from that. And once again, calling out these aerial spin dashes, these weird cheeky disadvantages from Kamex, and able to find a stock, lock down a little bit of a lead. Reggie looking to force a game number 3 here. He just needs to continue his patience, just needs to get these floats set up preemptively, which has been his big adjustment. Instead of trying to call you out on reaction and maintain grounded flexibility, he's been in floating preemptively, and so far Kamex hasn't had an answer.
Oh, that hit, and now you're in a very bad situation. Okay, good high recovery from Kamex. Able to reverse the situation a little bit, but that was scary. Okay, another opportunity here. Does not get the back air, but using that preemptive float like you're talking about. But now they're starting to go back and forth with this adaptation. Can Kamex find the opening to get this kill, or is player 4 going to run away with it and bring us into a game number 3?
I would not be surprised. I think we'll see a last stock situation, but I don't think. But I feel like the way Reggie is playing is just so solid right now, it's going to be really hard for Kamex to bring it all the way back. It's certainly possible, right? Sonic is very capable of those advantage states, but not when you just trade out left, right, and center. Reggie found so many opportunities. He's there. He settled for the trades. He was willing. You know, you saw at the end of game 1, he started to take more trades, got stage control opportunities off of them galore, but just it was a little too late. He was already down at such a deficit that those trades weren't benefiting him. Here in game 2, he was taking back air trades and he was offering them up at an even game when he could rely on his ledge traps, when he could rely on his whiff punishes, and force Kamex to just eat those back airs, eat that Tuchus over and over and over again.
Oh, we got something important coming up here, though. What is the music counterpick? I saw the Sonic series come up.
Wait, Metal Gear.
Ooh.
Give me Snake Eater.
Yeah,
you know you want to.
You're so close to success. Oh, no, go back up. We're almost there.
Give me Snake Eater, Reggie.
Come on.
Yeah!
Hey! I'll never forget the first time I heard Snake Eater. I was like,
darkness.
that song is an absolute banger, and I love the James
Isn't it
Bond
wild?
vibes.
I was gonna say, isn't it wild that the best James Bond theme isn't even from James Bond?
Yeah, that's so true. Hollywood needs to get their stuff together on
Simply
that
just
one.
hire Hideo Kojima to direct your
for real.
movies. And now game number 3, Kamex taking us over to the final destination counterpick. And Lentini, how do you feel about this? Because FD is widely known as one of Peach's best stages.
Yeah, this is brave. Maybe it's just the like the juggle game, because you know Peach is floaty. There's a lot of answers that Peach has with trying to get those landings, things like the down air with the float cancels, all that stuff. But maybe Kamex is just really confident in that juggle game, catching these landings really well right now.
Yeah, I think he wants more space.
Ooh, the stitch!
Beautiful stuff from Reggie, and getting the regrab too to continue the pressure. Up toss, not gonna look for it, and just gonna line up the back air, close it out. Kamex,
so scary.
We've seen, right? Definitely looking for, as you mentioned, those juggles, but also wanted more space. PS2 was probably banned. Didn't want a platform to deal with. Reggie, okay, just tossing that stitch away because it forces pressure and gets Kamex in disadvantage here at ledge. That's where Sonic's options still get limited. He's so efficient in those scenarios, but Reggie just not able to make it happen, get reversaled, and still scrapping for the stage control here.
Yeah, this reversal of situations in the corner has gone back and forth for a good 30 seconds now. Finally resetting the neutral, but then right again, back into the corner. So much of this game has just been about corner pressure.
Listen, man, they went for a large stage, but I don't think they wanted one because they've really been occupying a very small amount of it.
They just want you to know that they have the option.
Yeah, they're like, guys, look at how much, look, I have space. Just because I live in one corner of my house does not mean that that I have a small house. It is very important for you to know this.
This is that influencer who has 8 cars and only uses 2 of them.
No, literally owns like 8 McLarens and then only drives a Prius.
Oh, who is that? The knowledge dude from those YouTube commercials?
I got nothing. And you know who else has nothing? Almost Kamex, because down to the last stock, started off very strong in game number 1, but since that point, it's just been the player 4 show. Oh, slotted into that player 1 slot right now, and fully in the driver's seat of this last game, not able to find the Z-drop combo there on the shield. It's going to bounce, and Kamex just going to throw it away. Now an advantage state, but that whole big attack not going to find its mark. Or he's finding opportunities as a shark, but just still not able to find the hit to close it out. Kamex in a scary situation here at ledge, but finally back throw going to do it.
I feel like that whole interaction there just showed Kamex's state of mind. So scared of overcommitting, and for good reason, but had the read on that counter, not able to commit. Got the back throw in the end, but kind of shaky. Player 4 in a great spot right now.
Yeah, he doesn't need to push too hard here, right? He doesn't have to take risks. He can just kind of fade back, shield, look for these counters, look for these punishes, but he has to be careful of not falling into the trap we talked about earlier, right? Playing not to lose rather than playing to win. He still needs to try and close out this game, because a character like Sonic's in that chip game going to out advantage state you. It doesn't matter how explosive Peach can be, because Sonic can just run away, control the whole stage space, and we're seeing that here where even at a deficit, all of a sudden Kamex has switched playstyles to a more defensive style of play, and suddenly is right back in this game.
Yeah, this has been a tremendous turnaround from Kamex. If you can get close out this stock here and then, like you said, play to win, find those openings that we're starting to see come out, just like that. The shield came out in time, but still, the pressure is there from Kamex. I believe in the comeback. It's not over.
It's certainly possible, but again, he needs to find the stock right now. The high blast zone's on Final Destination, not going to let you do it just yet. Trying to find a shark, but guessing on these DI, this is offline. You can react there, Kamex. You need to be a little bit more chill. You need to take that deep breath, close out the stock, and then just take a second, breathe. That could have been an up air, but wasn't confident. Instead, it's going to be Reggie moving on in bracket once again and keeping us on the mic for at least one more moment.